Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome to Infinite Threads, guys. I'm your host, Bob. Let's be honest. Our minds are complicated, beautiful, mysterious things. But sometimes they are also trapdoors, little hidden panels that open beneath us without warning and drop us into old fears, reactive patterns, or narratives we thought we'd outgrown. One moment we're walking in peace and presence, and the next we're falling, wondering how we got here again. This episode is about those trapdoors, the psychological and emotional triggers we carry. The stories that whisper, "You are not enough," or "This always ends the same way." It's about the lies that fear tells us, and the way love, true, grounded, compassionate love, can help us spot those traps before we fall, or at least climb back out faster when we do. Let's begin with a truth you already know, but may not always believe. Fear distorts reality. Love reveals it. Fear makes things appear worse than they are. It whispers that people don't care, that your worth is conditional, that if you don't control everything, then everything will fall apart. But love is the lens that clears the fog. When you look through love, suddenly that cutting comment you heard might not be an attack, but a cry for help. That silence from someone else might not mean rejection, but their own retreat into fear. That mistake you made might not define you. It might teach you. But here's the key. You have to reach for that lens. You have to notice when your mind is offering you a trapdoor and decide not to take the bait. Here are a few of those common trapdoors. And some new words too, by the way. Catastrophizing. What is that? It's believing the worst case scenario is inevitable. Like you say, they didn't text back. They must hate me. Personalizing is another one. Or thinking it's all about you. You know, they're quiet. I must have done something wrong. Like it's got to always be about you, doesn't it? Or old narratives. You know, reliving pain that isn't present but feels true because it was once. Like everyone leaves, or I can't trust anyone. Those. Or how about emotional time travel? Responding to this moment with emotions that belong in another chapter of your life. Do you recognize any of these in your own mind? I definitely do. That last one is a big one with me, but I've hit on several of them. It's not weakness, guys. That's called being human. Now here's where it gets empowering. You don't have to believe every thought that you think. Wow, right? You can pause, you can breathe, and you can check in. You can ask yourself, is this fear talking or love? Do I know this to be true? Or am I reacting to a feeling? and ask yourself, what would love do right now? Sometimes love might say, take a break. You're overwhelmed. You're safe. Sometimes it might say, speak up. Set a boundary. You're worth it. And sometimes it says, reach out. You're not alone. These are the keys. They're not always easy to find in the moment, but with practice, they become easier to reach for. Love, curiosity, compassion, presence. These are all the tools that let us open the door instead of falling through the door. I want to give you one more powerful truth. The faster you can name the trapdoor, the faster you can disarm it. This is very true. Nothing, or how about naming it out loud, or even just in your mind, is like shining a flashlight into a dark corner. Oh, I'm afraid of being rejected, so I'm pulling away first. Or I'm assuming they're all mad at me, and when I really haven't asked them. Or I'm falling into an old script, but I get to write a new one. That's guys. That's what Infinite Threads is about. Writing a new script. A thread of love that stays steady, even when the old story starts tugging again. You don't have to go back to the old story. You are not your fear. You are not your pain. You are not your worst day or your most anxious thought. You are something deeper, something kinder, something more loving. You are the one holding the keys. And I promise you this, there is no trap your heart cannot climb out of when it chooses love as its guide. That's your superpower, guys. Thank you. Thank you for listening. And until next time, keep choosing love and keep weaving your thread into the great tapestry of all of us. I love you guys so very much. And you know what I need you to do. Well, pass that on. Later, Gators. Bye-bye.